Didn't we?
Yeah.
Wait, swearing is not saying.
Reba says it's very vulgar.
although
Okay,
we are
wait,
technically
that's,
live,
that's vulgar, but it's not profane. It's not swearing.
We can
Okay.
say whatever we want here. Depending on how your
Almost
character wants to be
live.
perceived, but yes.
All right. You can't be a good defense lawyer unless you can use the word fuck creatively and appropriately.
Yes.
Because you represent an insurance company and you're like, the evidence is bad. They're like, oh, okay. You represent somebody that's in the game.
Oh, Sharp Bevel's here.
hi there. My name's Dakota with Northern Knives, and we're doing our monthly live stream on the first Saturday of every month. And today we're joined by two guests. We got Will, our ever returning
Butterfly nerd.
Butterfly nerd.
Nerd.
Butterfly nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here, let
And
me
we're
get
joined by a new kind of nerd, a very litigious nerd, Steve.
I'm a criminal defense attorney. I don't know so much about knives in terms of models, but I do know what to do if you have to use a knife and law doesn't quite like how you've done it. So if you've got any questions about self-defense, legal force and self-defense, carrying knives, this is the podcast.
Just Alaska or nationwide?
Principles could apply nationwide, but there's going to be some particularities.
Sure.
And what I can do is help say these are areas where states different, and I may not know what your state does, but here's what you should ask your attorney. By the way, just as a more bona fides, I'm part of the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. I'm part of Law Shield. I'm part of U.S. Concealed Carry Association. I've taught the legal section for concealed carry permits in the state of Alaska for the past, what year is this, 24? For about the past 4 years on when you can and cannot use lethal defense, lethal force in self-defense in Alaska. And those apply whether it's with a gun, whether it's with a knife, or whether you're just pounding the fuck out of somebody's head in the pavement.
Sounds good. Yes.
All right. On that note, let's start. So we do have a few common folks chiming in here. We did get
Common
Machine
folks.
Gun Monkey, MG Monkey.
Yes.
Did he change his? Remember it said Machine Gun previously. Anyway,
People are allowed to change their username or whatever.
we got Sharp Bevel. We got Pneumatic Edge coming in and glasses enabled. Hey, knife friends. Good to see y'all. Rut Indian whiskey for this evening.
Amrut. Is it Amrut or Amrut?
AMRUT.
But is it Amrut or Amrut?
I would say Amrut.
If it's Indian, it'd be Amrut.
Amrut.
I'm sure it's good either way.
Amrut.
Can we get your contact info? admin@northernknives.com.
I don't think he's talking about you, Dakota.
Yeah, not you.
Well, you can contact me.
For other info.
Song is all you need.
Yes.
Ballast song is all you need. Yeah.
That's all
I'm removing the
loading.
filter. Okay, this is so you're going to get legal advice that's unfiltered.
We got to bring that Elijah Craig.
Amrut? Amrut? Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Amarut.
I
Okay.
would have never known.
I have to try that. I don't know what it is. I have no clue what it's about, but the fact it's Indian whiskey.
I've had one
Sounds
Indian whiskey and it
fascinating.
was different. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't pay that sort of money for it, but
I mean, Kavalon kind of blew my heels off, so I was
did
like,
it?
oh, yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
Gatekeeper.
Well, what's new with us?
What's new in the knife world?
What's new in the knife world, Alistair? Not
That's-
with us, but the knife world. It's more uninteresting, apparently.
Dakota, what's new in the knife world?
The 0545 from ZT has apparently been fire online recently.
Has it?
Yes, it has.
Hmm.
Oh, bug out killer. That's what they're going for anyway.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as cheap as a bug out, but I mean, you get decent steel, you get like this really cool like acid stone wash on the titanium, you get the carbon fiber. It's a nice lightweight flipper.
I mean, it's expensive. By the time if you buy like a bug out with S90 or M390, and then you get whatever scales you want on there and hardware, you're looking at about the same price,
Yeah.
if not more.
But it's a flipper.
It's a flipper.
It is. Flippers are nice. Variants are nice.
Yeah, it's a
The
flipper.
bug out is like a staple, I feel like,
It is.
in a lot
I
of
mean, if
vehicles.
you have an access lock, you can just enable it and flip it and lock it.
Being ambidextrous is nice, but
Everyone tries to fill the bug out, and you know,
Yeah,
I don't think it's happening.
I mean, we did a lot of bug outs, so I will say that after 366 bug outs
Ugh.
and
Yeah.
more, I am a little burnt out of bug outs.
Of
But I don't have
course.
anything against it. I just
Yeah.
I'm a little tired of them.
Yeah.
like eating pasta every night. Well, no, that's not.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Scratch that. Scratch
I will
that.
eat pasta
Yeah,
every
I
night.
would eat pasta every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got DT Math coming in, just joining in. We got Ron here saying
Ron.
hello. What's the hashtag tonight? Did I miss it? No, you did not. Tonight it is Hannibal.
Only because Mike is not here. He is enjoying a much deserved weekend with his wife in an undisclosed location, and his caller ID.
May or may not be in New England.
His caller ID
Better.
has been several different things. One, it was Mike Bag of Donuts. I don't know when that was, but I remember seeing it on the phone. And I remember more often being Hannibal Lecter. But
Anytime
he did it.
called Sicily's for wings, they're like, hey, Hannibal Lecter.
But he did it Lecter Hannibal because they reverse it, so it was Hannibal Lecter. And so like Hannibal Lecter is calling Northern Knives. What do we do?
Yeah.
So the keyword is Hannibal, Hannibal.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you just answer and say, we don't serve Chianti?
And no vomit.
No vomit, okay? I mean,
Because it's Mike.
that was a joke.
And I'm like, I know that number. I can do that.
Pneumatic Edge is agreeing
Which, you
with
know,
me.
I was
Couple
willing
on
to
is
see that movie
delicious.
in the theater.
When did it come out?
91.
Oh, I was not. I was just out. Yeah,
What year?
91, wasn't it?
I'm 90.
I was older.
Yep.
I'm sorry, run G19. We're not going to do that stuff. I apologize. Have a nice night.
Hannibal. Ty's here.
Yeah, Ty Yan, it's
Coming
what up,
in.
man?
I gotta say, DT Math is new.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
on
thanks
that
for
note,
joining us.
Yeah.
So anything interesting going on with new models? I mean, the 545 is going to go. You have something.
Well, no, I mean, I was just going to touch on the new Microtech line.
There's a lot going on
Are
there.
they doing a new Balisong or the
Not
MSI?
no, not anytime soon, but with the
Atreus,
Atreus.
though.
is-
Yeah.
The Atreus?
Yeah. Their new
Are they
zero
trying
blade
us?
play out the front.
Direct at the deadlock.
They are going at the deadlock
Going at the-
so hard.
And have you handled one?
I don't think anyone
Nobody
has.
has,
I know
unless
they-
you were at Blake Show
What
West.
is a deadlock?
So deadlock is an
G&G
OTF that has, from G&G Hawk.
Yep.
Zero blade play. So with most OTFs, right, you're gonna have a little bit of blade play.
Little wiggle.
And that's kind
Yep.
of necessary to make it function appropriately. G&G Hawk has
Engineered so well.
perfectly. So there's no blade play. It's amazing. And Microtech has kind of taken aim at them pretty hard with the Atreus that's coming out this year.
Mm.
We don't know
We
prices.
haven't seen prices or nothing on it yet.
Yeah.
They have claimed a number of patents. I think they said 9 patents in it.
Good for them.
I don't know if they have the patents or they're pending, which may put them in issues with Gavin Hawk or not. I don't
Mhm.
know. There's definitely some design cues on the knives that are very reminiscent of the Deadlock
Very much
Moxie.
so, yeah.
There's more than one way
Interesting.
to skin a cat. So like
Oh,
they
absolutely.
can redesign something.
Absolutely. I think if there's any knife company, commercial knife manufacturer out there right now that's going to put out a zero blade play knife to compete with a Deadlock, Microtech would be probably my first vote for being successful.
I would-
Yeah.
And it's still the proof is going to be left in the pudding, and price is going to be the other
So is it
thing.
gonna be U.S. made or
U.S.
Chinese
made.
made?
It's going to be US.
made.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yep.
US.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
M390 MK for sure on the steel.
Absolutely.
Not LMAX.
That's
Inlay on the
wild.
blade.
Yeah, titanium inlay on the blade.
Titanium
Yeah, but yeah,
inlay.
it's been a while
Yeah.
for Elmex, hasn't it?
They've stuck with their bread and butter for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to be all like we used to get a combat trident in like M390, S35, or ATS 34. They
Mhm.
would like all
Yeah.
come in the same like range of knives.
Yeah.
It's
That
like
was
why
when
would
I
you
first
pay?
came on. Though.
I was
That
like, why
a
would you
while
pay the
ago.
same amount of money?
204,
But you just
CPS
wanted,
204.
but you just wanted that knife and didn't care about the steel. The knife
Yeah.
was more
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Sorry if it's technical.
That's fine.
But
That's
it's
fine.
interesting. It's should be something to see coming up. Who knows?
Yeah.
We do actually have a fun comment here from Chook Outdoors
Chook.
Adventures. Chook is a longtime friend of the shop, and fuck
Chook.
yeah, always look forward
Wait,
to these.
Shook,
Yes, shoot.
how are you doing, Shook?
He's saying Steve is fucking awesome. Oh shit!
Did you do work for two?
If I cannot disclose the
Perfect.
identity of anybody that I have
Appreciate
worked
that. That's
for,
what I wanted to hear.
unless there's certain cases that I've done that have been high profile enough that
That's exactly
it's
what I was
clear.
hoping for.
All right. I've represented Rochelle Waterman. That was not a knife killing, by the way. But
Do you have a favorite case that you can talk about?
in terms of what?
I
The
don't know.
one he just
Like the-
talked about with Frontier Justice was pretty
was-
goddamn.
pretty
On the
goddamn-
Star live stream?
Yeah.
Because we weren't here.
You can do that again if you want to.
I'm
You
just
want-
saying,
you
like,
want-
you
oh,
have
yeah.
You want to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
like a
All right,
most
so-
memorable case. Like summarize it in like the best way possible.
There's two. Well, that one that I told was really good.
You get one.
You want? I get one.
You get one.
Okay, so do you want funny or do you want just like, oh my god, this is gonna
I'll
stick
share
with-
funny or oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Go.
McGurr.
All right.
House.
Oh no. Okay, I guess I could give
No,
it.
no, go back to the one you were doing. It's fine.
The oh
Just
my
go.
god.
Yeah.
The oh my god. Well, I had a client that was waived into adult court for shooting somebody. He was underage, and there was a whole long question as to his rehabilitative prospects. And what came out in the trial, or what came out in the waiver hearing, was he told the psychiatrist that was hired by the state. This was a really bad fact for us. Well, what went through my mind was if I shot her, I could at least have sex with the body.
Good God.
Oh my God.
That
I asked if you wanted a funny, if you wanted to know, my God.
Oh my
you-
God.
You were right. You were right. That did it.
You win that one. Yeah.
And,
So do you want the funny one now?
Yes.
That at least, okay. So I represented this guy that was a felon because of a felony DUI. And he got charged with felon in possession of a firearm in Alaska. So we went to trial in Naknek in late March, early April. And there's not very many court dates after that because of all the
Perfect weather
fishing.
that time, by the
Because
way.
actually it wasn't that bad, but
Yeah.
but because of the fishing season. So sentencing is going to be in August, and the fishing season is June and July. He wants to go fishing with his dad, and he's going to be on his dad's boat. The problem was many years ago, his dad had been convicted for, it was set aside because of legal reasons. His dad had stabbed his son, arguing self-defense. This isn't so that,
Same son?
yeah. So this is the knife case. Okay, so this does apply. All right,
Okay.
and so so at times in this job, it's just easier to go to court and let the judge make a decision than to try and tell your client this is probably not the best idea. So we go to court, and the client's dad is put up on the stand, and I'm like, what's your boat? Will you watch him? Will you tell the court? Thank you very much. Sitting down, and then the prosecution gets up, and client's dad was well known as a native sovereignty activist. And he kept talking about how the state of Alaska was illegitimate because it shouldn't have been sold from the Russians and all of this. So that was the first tack that the state takes. He's like, you don't like the white government. What does that have to do with anything? That's where it starts. Okay. And they just start going back and forth. Okay. They're literally yelling at each other. And so then the prosecutor goes, well, you stabbed your son. What does that have to do with anything? He goes, you want us to put him on this boat? And you go, well, you're just trying to hold my past against me. On and on and on. Okay. And so they finally finished the evidence. The judge goes, okay, what's your argument? And I said, Judge, he said he would follow the rules, and he'll follow the rules, and they need to go fishing, and sentencing is not for a while. Thank you very much. Essentially, sit down, shut up. I've made my record, done my job. Okay. The DA stands up, and he's literally, you can just see the self-righteousness wrapped around him. This is an insult to the integrity of the court and the judicial process, and on and on and on. The judge kind of looks, well, I'm going to grant the request and let him go fishing. I want you to know both the DA and I just went like, what the ever-loving fuck just happened? Okay. We didn't say that. Okay. But we so the paperwork gets assigned, client's dad leaves, client leaves. I'm sitting there slowly picking up. The judge has stepped off the bench. He comes back into the court so that he can get something from the bench. And it's just me, the DA, and the judge. And the DA goes, he really was beaten. You could. He goes, can I ask you why you granted that request? And so the judge is looking through this law book. The judge goes, well, it's gonna be the two of them on this 32-foot drift boat out in the Bering Sea, and maybe one will get mad at the other, and justice will be done, and we won't have a sentencing in August. And I just thought, that is Bush, Alaska, man.
Yeah.
That is Bush, Alaska. So just realize if you stab somebody, you may still get to go
Don't
fishing.
go
You may
fishing.
still get to go fishing with them in 10 years. Okay. That's my contribution to the knife
All right,
aspect.
let's catch up on comments now.
On
then.
that high note,
On that high note, this doesn't have anything to do with drugs.
no, not at all. So, Sliz Bowie reissue is dominating the knife world. Sleesh?
Sleege Bowie.
Please.
Knife Joy. What do you think is stopping Spyderco from capitalizing and reissuing the OG?
Probably.
Patent law?
Manufactured fucking,
I have
Well,
no idea.
no, probably because they've been doing it, with these releases.
Contracts?
Knife Joy has been bringing them back for the last 2 releases. And there was they did on this most recent one, they did do some modifications on it or some upgrades on the lock stop and the steel lock bar insert on it. So I mean, it's a little bit different. Good, cool knife, but yeah, I don't see them.
I mean, I think manufacturer scarcity is like a little bit of a thing there. And also like that is the most overrated knife in the world. That thing, I don't know why that has the following, but it does, but it does. So
I know very little about it other than what it is. So that's my take.
that's all you
on
need
it.
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
well,
like, I don't know. Enlighten me.
it's sold out and
Yeah.
like
It's the most popular Spyderco ever made for some reason. But
Well,
it's
oh, our East Coast friend who has the videos on YouTube. Gosh darn it, what's his name? He did the spaced out bug out.
Paul?
oh,
No,
No,
the
I can't
who
remember.
we
his name.
used. I don't.
Metal Complex.
Not Metal Complex. The guy with the
Shabazz?
hardcore Shabazz. Thank you.
Shabazz.
Nick Shabazz really touts that knife.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
But he's not so much. I've heard that he's not into knives as much as he's into, or not like he's not as.
he's getting out of knives these days
There
a
we go.
little bit. Yeah.
Because he's a watch guy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got Ty coming in here. The question is, will the Microtech be priced as Microtech or Marfion Custom?
Probably a
Mike-
Marfion initially.
Will it?
I mean, it might not be like
I
a
feel like it'll
Marfion
be a
custom, but
signature.
it'll be priced up there though for sure.
They
Feel
should
like a
work
signature
together,
for sure.
and then they would sell so many. It'd be awesome. Hawk and Microtech.
I don't really want a $1,500 standard Microtech though.
Just hanging around.
Yeah. Because what are the G&G Hawks like? They're not cheap.
At least two.
Well, it's okay. So the G&G Hawks from the manufacturer in aluminum are what, 1,200 right now?
from the manufacturer.
So like
And-
base price 1,200. I don't want to buy a base price Microtech
Right.
for 1,200.
But that's the aluminum. The titanium ones are now 1,900 from
Yeah.
base price.
And that's base, like
Yeah.
but if you're going secondary market, it's a whole other.
It's-
Yeah.
Put another.
We got DT Math coming in here, new guy. Okay, I'm curious if y'all have been aware of Guy Seafried over Survive Knives' journey and all his issues dealing with who was manufacturing for him to survive.
I've never heard of them.
No,
Not really, yeah.
All right, so we have no comment.
Yep.
Have a nice day.
Sorry.
I apologize. Pictures of prototype. Have a nice day. Doing good. All right.
All right.
And another Hannibal coming in.
Hannibal.
Hollywood Tactical. What
The
is
Yeah.
city of Los Angeles has contradictory laws with California laws. For example, no limit on length. I hear that. But California says must be worn open. LA City says no limit, but must be concealed. See, Supreme Court has something or other.
Has ruled has ruled both once in favor of local law and once in favor of state law, but not educated today.
adjudicated.
Educated yet.
That might be
people,
from Benitez.
the people that I would talk to at least about that initially would be Michel and Associates. Maybe it's Michelle, Michel and Associates. Chuck Mitchell, Michelle. He does a lot of stuff for the California Pistol and Rifle Association. They've been doing a lot of Second Amendment litigation, particularly after Bruin, and they know a lot about firearms. And they know you're dealing with issues. What you're talking about is how much can one local entity decide their own laws, or is the state just making laws for everybody? So as an example, in Alaska, if Juneau, which tends to be more liberal, wants to pass a bunch of gun laws, no, the state of Alaska said you can't have local municipalities really doing that at the expense of state laws respecting individual rights. So I would talk to Michelle and Associates about that in terms of the conflict between local and state laws. They may not know all the particulars about the knives, but they probably would know about it, because you're going to have state laws about firearms, and you're certainly going to have different localities whose laws may be preempted by state laws. And if they don't know it, then they would know who would. But that's a very particular issue related to a very particular state. Probably not the answer. You know what? You ask a lawyer a question, and 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be, it depends.
It's long.
Yeah.
My brain like lost track of it.
I shortened it.
I know, but I don't do lawyer speak. It's just not my thing. I don't get in trouble, so I just don't.
So he's had issues with Niagara. He's had issues with COM products, MagnaCut voids, NSM claims, this process, but he's had 0 issues with the.
I mean, we use
Bowler.
Bowler, so I would, if you like who you have 0 issues with, like go with them, and like that's why we use them. They have great
Serious?
materials.
So we can't really dive into that because we're obviously on the outside of it. So we're going to move on that one.
Yep.
Mr. F&H,
Hi.
yo. We got more
Yo.
Hannibal. Let me move down here just a smidge. God. Sorry, trying to abbreviate this for quickness.
Yep, Nick Spaz.
Nick Spaz. Also, I already think Benchmade is overrated. How are they justifying G10 D2 steel for over $300? Benchmade, hello, Kershaw, ZT, wait. Yep, no, I mean,
Oh,
semi-valid point, but at the same time, the fit and finish.
we're talking about
Benchmade's got a better warranty.
the shootout, because that's crew wear.
Yeah.
What's G2 and G10?
That's the new up
That's the
front.
readout, but it's not G10.
Yeah, or like the Claymore, which is also not G10.
It's CPM D2, but yeah, it's not
Yeah.
G10. Yeah. I mean, I get it though, but also
No, it's
like, not all these companies
No,
like
it's a-
make
it's a
stuff fully in
river.
the US.
Oh, good.
We doesn't, obviously.
yeah.
Kershaw doesn't. ZT doesn't, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody buys like the titanium out of China to cut costs, which is a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Russia's not, obviously not a supply anymore.
sure, but I don't know. I just have a hard time justifying things sometimes, but
Yeah, I get that.
but I mean, there
Yeah.
are like solid knives coming out of China, like React
Yeah.
makes nice stuff, Civivi, Lee.
Right.
It's just you got to pick and choose what you want and
Yeah.
how to prove that like all of your stuff is made in the U.S. and that's where all of everything's coming from.
Mhm.
Everything. Whereas I will say Medford is very proud of everything like being machined and made of
Are,
U.S. materials.
yeah.
I was about to say they are RFH certified.
Yep. Yep.
Right?
So can I
fucking
ask a
there.
question?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So because there's 4 people here that have far more experience with
Sharp things.
sharp things
Sure.
than
No.
I do.
No.
3 people.
3
Okay.
people.
All right. So aside from the United States, if you knew nothing about a manufacturer other than its country of origin, which would you place as the highest?
Well,
Well, America for one.
No, outside of America.
Outside of America.
Outside of
it's gonna
America.
catch a lot of flack,
Yeah.
but Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah,
Russia makes
Russia,
some pretty
to be
stellar
honest.
knives.
Okay.
It's gonna catch a
Yeah.
lot of flack, but
You know what? That's not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
So
Germany and Italy are really top flight. too.
South
I would've
Africa makes
figured-
some pretty nice knives.
Brazil.
Yeah.
real.
valleys.
Yeah.
Usually
Well,
it's
yeah.
valleys,
There's
yeah.
a
Well,
lot
see,
of
Japan makes some
'cause
fucking stuff.
Japan is a
Eastern Europe,
Yep.
it depends on what type
Yeah.
of knife you're looking for. It's
Yeah.
like each region is specific for that.
You want
type
a
of
chef
knife.
knife? You're looking at Germany. You're looking at Japan.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
looking
that
at- you're looking
I
at
Period.
love to cook,
Yeah.
and so
Period.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
period. If you're looking for like
Japan.
Japan,
Japan.
I mean, I prefer
For-
them
for
as well.
Japan.
Japan would be what I would go with.
Edge retention, Japanese knives hold it at better edge than German knives do,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
See, I got to tell you, and I don't see them anymore. I have those old Hinkles. They don't have the
3 rivets on.
They don't have the
handle.
rivets in them, and they fit my hand so well.
Yeah.
And I have like this 10-inch chef's
Yeah.
knife, and I'm just like,
Yep.
and it holds this edge.
Yep.
But
Are
it's
you-
German.
But side note, are you hard on your knives? Like, do you cut really hard on the cutting board?
It depends.
It's a yes or no. Are you hard on them, or like you treat them with respect? All the
Well-
time. It's all the time, or no?
I mean, for me,
I'm asking.
I'm just saying, like for me, my knife-
Generally, I treat my knives with respect, but if I'm chopping, if I have like a rack of ribs or, I have some primal cuts and I'm really going through them, okay, then I will put a lot more oomph into it. So
But-
I'd say it depends upon what I'm cutting.
But if you
Veg, I'm like, and yeah.
but if you have a nice knife, you don't have to do that. It just slices right through. Japanese
Well-
will do that. German won't.
Well,
All the time.
I'll tell you part of my
That's
issue. Part of my issue is I don't have a really solid cleaver. And so I'm having to use a chef's knife.
Always go German with your cleaver.
Okay.
Cutting board, wood or bamboo.
Yeah, I have wood. No, I agree
Great.
wood.
Hand wash. No dishwasher.
No dishwasher.
Yep. No frozen stuff. No chicken bones. But cleaver, I would always recommend German. But for your main slicing tools, Japanese will
But
outlast.
I don't like the blade shape to the same degree.
Do you know how many different knives the Japanese make?
Yeah, but every time I look, they always have
Angles
it's-
don't matter.
it's not the angle.
You can sharpen.
It's not sharpening, okay? All right, because I don't know. It looks like the Germans are flatter on the back and it's more curved, which for me, I can put the point in down.
You talking
Whereas
about the cutting edge?
yes,
The Japanese make every cutting edge. The
Yeah,
Germans
yeah,
make every
their,
cutting edge.
their shapes.
all right,
They're not all
you can
sent out to
find
the same
that style of
exteriors.
knife that you want in German or Japanese.
okay.
So style doesn't matter. It's, do you want to be hard on your knives and ruin them, but they'll still hold up, or do you want to use it as a tool and it'll last?
I'll use it as a tool in the
Get
last.
Japanese.
Japanese.
for sure.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're
Check
welcome.
out those creamers.
Just saying.
And by the way, little tip: if you don't have a gun and you use a chef's knife a bunch, it's a really handy self-defense. I'm just telling you right now. No,
especially if it's Japanese.
well, especially if it's no, I'm telling you right now. I have and an ulu. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Okay. Listen, I did a
wow.
case with a
Every
friend of mine.
stranger with me.
I did a case with a friend of mine. They called the case Smiley because these two guys were in a cabin and they were drinking and they had an ulu and one of them got mad at the other and it literally was like the Joker. He just took his knife and went like this, cut this dude's face almost to his ears to the point he couldn't close his mouth. Okay, and so then they called him Smiley. So anyway,
Well, for me, like when I get a cabbage,
Oh
I
my
just take my
God.
HK-45 and just like pop it a few times. And just
so you really fit in Alaska. Okay.
So,
Some slaw, baby.
Slaw now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty
Sorry,
sure-
sorry about that.
No, it's great.
Oh man, that's okay, Ty. That's
If it's any consolation, when I've had individuals when I did work upstairs and they were like, "What's the best knife for self-defense?" I'd be like, "That 10-inch chef's knife." I mean, if you really want to get into a knife fight, that's what I want.
I would
Well-
like you to read the next comment out loud,
Yes.
please.
I like my knives like I like my women Chinese. I'm an American.
They can be both.
all right.
We got
Dutch,
Hollywood Tactical
Swiss,
coming in there saying pretty sure California
American,
doesn't have
everything.
preemption yet. I mean American.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
Ty, you dog.
Whatever.
Japan, Rockstead.
Yeah, Rockstead is the
Oh,
business.
Rockstead
Babe,
is
Rockstead.
good.
Yeah, Rockstead. Okay.
Yeah.
Love my Chapman Lake knife, made in USA, all USA parts.
Right on.
We got Mel coming in here. Recently purchased the ProTech SBR for EDC. Very happy.
Nice.
a good
The
one.
full size. Wait, SBR.
Short blade rock eye.
Yes.
Short
Sorry,
blade rock.
it hasn't been in for a full size rock eye today.
Yeah. He gave me the-
European
Yeah.
French style chef knives. Okay.
So Tawana has some good knife quality, i.e. Spartaco work tough.
Yeah, I mean, the best particles are coming out of Taiwan.
Absolutely.
I mean,
They are,
Taiwan is a
their
manufacturer.
Rockwell is much better than
It's
US
consistent and
and China.
great. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
So definitely.
He's looking for European French style chef knives, obviously, but you can get them those in China or
He wants a
Japan.
higher quality kitchen knife of a certain style, Japanese, but a French style.
It's like
So
Miyabi.
Japanese made in the French style.
Japanese made in a French style. So
That-
a chef.
that's-
a chef
Actually, that's probably true.
What do they
Okay.
call those? Go-to?
I feel like
Yodo,
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
but
a
a standard chef knife is all you want. Japanese made.
I feel like a
It's
premier shoe
Okay.
would be kind of like right in there.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like
I'm a
birchwood
Miyagi guy.
8-inch chef knife would be pretty
Yeah.
stellar.
It's
But
So-
if you're looking at like the
Black.
French style, though, I feel like the premiers are like right.
Yes.
So
The trick
Yeah.
is that when you decide on like how you treat your knives and when you want to get a chef knife, like hold them. Handles are important. If it's not comfortable, you're not going to use it.
No, I have a. That's why I really like that one style of Hinkles, which are really hard
Yes.
to find because they fit my hand really well, and I grip. I've got this side of my
Pinch right there.
right,
That
boom, right
callus?
there, Yep.
Yes.
and
So-
and tuck your fingers in, and then just. I love it because I've got a big enough blade. I can literally just slap the side and just boom, 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 boom.
So if and when you're ready for a new chef knife, hold all the styles that we have that are available to you and pick that one. And then we'll be like, well, this is better steel. This is like a better whatever.
All right.
So go
Yep.
that route, but pick the handle first
Yes,
and then
I
pick
do know you pick the handle first.
You do. You have to. It's like shoes. If you don't
Yes.
fucking fit them, you're not gonna wear them.
So-
I bought a cute pair of shoes like 6 years ago. I've never worn them, and I'm like, "Ah, they're so cute, and I really wish that they fit, but I'm never gonna wear them.
Okay, thanks.
You'll
It
find the
is.
time.
World
You'll
They
find
don't,
the time.
they don't, they don't fit.
No, you
No. My feet are not
Glaswegian
that small.
smile. Yeah.
just bind them, wrap them up.
Terrible.
in some places, that's called a $1.50. All right. DT math. Okay. I appreciate y'all and your knowledge and input. I see Will over there thinking quit being poor, buy American made. I'm a patriot.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully he becomes a regular. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for
Oh, you
rephrasing
telling
that.
him to quit being.
Yeah, not you. You can leave, Will. but
Yeah, I
this
know.
guy.
Yeah, I know.
We know you're not poor. We know that you spend way too much.
Oh,
money
no,
on
no, no,
equipment.
no. He's
Oh,
probably
what's
referring
your
to
opinion on Super Sharp?
conversation last time.
Can we?
Can we
Oh, I want
pass?
to hear about. I want to hear
Pass?
about this. Somebody
Nope.
just.
No,
somebody
we
just-
should.
We're gonna-
We
we're gonna
should. We
pass.
should skip
We're
that
gonna-
one. Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
should
pass.
skip that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pass.
So you guys got a few new cutting boards in stock. I have no clue what makes a good cutting board, or does it matter?
Okay, wait.
Well-
Can I just say something as a cook? What I want from a cutting board is a few features. Number one, wood.
Juice screw.
I don't really care about the juice
Handles.
groove. Okay, handles are nice, but I want it thick enough it doesn't warp, and heavy enough it doesn't move,
Yep.
I like it.
and big enough that if I pull like a 6-rib prime rib out of the oven for Christmas and I need to slice it, then it's not.
But that's why I want that
hangover.
juice
Juice
groove.
groove.
That's
Juice
why I
groove
want
is
that
for
juice
that.
groove.
Yep.
So-
Yeah.
Well, no, I just don't want it hanging over.
Sure. But I mean,
I
like, most
also
cutting boards we
mop
get
up my
are
counters
like
afterwards.
pretty
I don't know
moderate
about that.
size.
Well, I have
But
that Shun,
Hinoki.
the Hinoki.
That is a
really
hell of a
good.
cutting board.
Yeah.
But it's not terribly thick. What
No.
I do is I take basically a kitchen towel soaked in a little bit of water so it's
Mhm.
damp, set it down, and then put the board on it, and it does not move around, and it'll stay in place. If it's not a thick one, it's a really good way of getting around.
See, I've got a boost, which is I've got a really big boost. I want to say it's like 24 plus inches
Mhm.
wide, and that way I can cut all kinds of stuff because I wind up it's sort of like here's where I'm cutting this and here's where I'm cutting that. I don't cut raw meat without washing it. All right.
Yeah.
But no, I will have different stuff on it. But I don't know what you guys think. If there's other,
I mean, custom cutting boards, you can have one made to spec.
Yeah.
If you want.
if I got one made to spec, it'd be at least 1.5 inches, if not 2 inches thick.
Well,
That's
that's
what most of our
totally doable.
cutting
That's
boards
pretty
are.
good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like the width and the length that
Yeah.
you can
You know,
have custom
and then
done. Because most people
end
have like a
grain,
certain
butcher block.
size that they want. And so like our guy makes like magnetic easels that you can put them on.
God, he's
Uh,
been doing some really
He
good.
does
Yeah,
great.
really
Alex
beautiful
Toomey is wonderful.
Dude's,
Yeah.
dude's a killer.
But he does
Yeah.
like pretty standard cutting board sizes for us. But he'll make one to spec if you want. So like I want one that fits over my sink. I have a double weird size sink and I want it to go over like one whole half of it so I can
Yeah.
slide it over and he'll make you one to
Okay.
size.
Yep.
He
Okay.
is solid. Like out of everybody we've dealt with, I love Alex. Alex does
Okay.
a good job.
Good guy, good boards.
Alex Toomey
Alex
has a logo which he hasn't put on his cutting boards yet. And I want him to, but
Give
he
him shit about
will.
that, huh?
Alex.
Hollywood Tactical saying you might want to try Santoku.
No, we talked about this.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna.
Santoku is Japanese style. Chef knife is a French style.
Well, yes.
You want a French
I want
style.
a French. I want the
Japanese
French
made.
style. I've used the Japanese, and I don't care for it. I'm not saying it's bad. It
your
doesn't work
preference.
for me.
Yeah.
I like being able to sit there and boom, and it's a lot easier with a French style chef knife when you've got that curve at the end, whereas the Japanese Santoku seem to have sort of more of a flat blade, with the curve coming down, right?
So,
And to me, I can do that and I can rock it easier. Does that make sense?
so a chef knife is actually going to rock more because your point.
Yeah.
It's
And that's
So-
what I want.
so you want a chef knife who's going to rock more. The Santoku is going to have less rock.
Yes, and I want more rock
So
because
you want a French.
yes,
Yes.
I do, because then I it's just boom, 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 and frankly, I use, even if I've got a 10-inch chef's knife, I'm really using that 6 inches, probably even closer to 5 inches, closest to the handle. That's just me.
Because you want that flat
Yes,
end
boom,
for that.
boom, boom.
I
Yes,
think you need an Akiri.
Well, middle ground.
Curious,
Miyabi
but-
makes some pretty badass rocking Santokus.
You do, but he wants less rock and more
Oh, that's-
flat.
now
So an-
gotta be an
the blade.
I mean, the Curious too might be perfect.
yes.
Okay, the blade pattern that I have seen that I would really, and the problem is that it's a really custom knife, but that's Thomas Kramer. You familiar with him?
They have.
Bob Kramer?
Is it Bob?
It's Bob
Hell, I
Kramer.
don't.
So
Kramer.
Bob Kramer designs for Swilling, and we carry
Yes,
his knives.
I've seen that blade shape, and I've always thought that blade shape, but I've only seen it in like 6 or 8 inches. And
Upstairs.
okay, well, you know
One
what?
in 10.
I think you should draw
There's a
out the
10
knife
upstairs.
idea that you want, and I will find the perfect knife.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I will. And
Yeah, anyone's gonna find it for you.
I spent a lot of
It's
time
bingo.
waiting for the perfect
Yeah.
knife, and I finally had one made, and I spent
Mhm.
a lot of money on it. I love
That
it.
thing is
but-
Thank you,
ludicrously
John.
amazing.
You know what? Listen, I love to cook, and I've got a bunch of
Same.
stuff. Okay, and so I've got a really good, boning knife. I've got a really good. Oh, and it just unzips salmon, just like.
Yeah.
All right, but no, not. I'm going to say 80+% of the time, I just keep going back to that chef's knife.
The same way you want that same knife, and you want
Yes.
to do the same thing over and over again until it's like absolutely spent. You're like,
Yes.
but I need you to perform.
Now the boning knife has enough flexibility. It has enough flexibility that, particularly with salmon. Okay, you just get the sides.
I'm more of a pasta girl, so
Nah, see, I'm a meat guy. Okay.
and don't get me wrong, I love
You can put
meat.
meat in pasta.
Yes, you can
I
put
know.
meat in
You can
anything.
put it right in
Well,
there.
that's true. You can.
Egg your ravioli,
Right
like
in
a
there.
Coca-Cola,
Right in
or
there.
like
Right in there.
yes,
So anyway,
moose burgers, any roast, whatever. But
I make moose carnitas.
okay. I understand the knife thing that you're.
So you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay.
You need the tool.
Yeah, I
As
do.
the
if
young
the
kids
tool
would
doesn't
say,
exist-
she's vibing. You're vibing right now.
He's real sus right now.
Let's
Totally.
let's-
Yeah.
Completely.
Anyways,
let's
We
end
are
this
far
up.
behind.
I know nothing, so I'm just.
We will
So
talk
I'm
about this.
okay.
Exactly.
Good.
Let's-
I'm just.
Let's
I was
table
here
that
for
for a minute.
Goddamn trailer park Wolverine.
Okay. Anyways, but yes,
You talk to her after that. She will
All
find
right.
you the knife.
Right.
Wait, can I?
Yeah.
No, wait. Hollywood Tactical, you're absolutely wrong.
Yep.
Wood cutting boards are not the least hygienic. They're the most hygienic, and I'll tell you why. Because wood draws the moisture out of any bacteria, and so plastic does not. So any bacteria that you have from cutting meat winds up in those cuts, and it winds up in those microscopic cuts, and it's a lot harder to clean. That's number one. Number two, wood will not dull your knife like a plastic cutting board. Those are the two big reasons.
Yep.
Ignore her, okay? All right. I'm just telling you, those are the two big reasons why I am going to go with a
Sure,
wood
Bevel
cutting
gets
board.
it.
no, I was agreeing with you.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
no.
sitting there.
I was
You're sitting
like-
there shaking your head.
No, I was like, you don't want plastic cutting boards, and he's
okay.
totally
I'm sorry.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Never mind.
I was like, what?
No, you're over there shaking your head, and I'm like, what am I saying? I know that this is right. Anyway,
No.
Okay.
DT
Totally
Math coming in here
Okay,
with another
thank you.
thing on
Yes.
the cutting boards. I like wood block, really just something that's easiest on the blade. My biggest issue is constantly having to sharpen steak knives because of cutting into plates.
Well, don't cut on ceramic pieces of plates because that's hard on knives. So if you want to cut on something that's true for your steak knives, you buy these little mini wood cutting boards that are meant for steaks, which is what you should cut on with knives. But if you cut on ceramic plates, ceramic is what you use to sharpen knives. If
Okay,
you cut on
wait.
ceramic,
Listen, I'm going to give an answer that has nothing to do with knives.
I'm saying
Dakota's first.
paper plates. Problem
Right.
solved.
Save
That
environment.
has no class.
Pass.
It doesn't
No.
That
matter.
has no class.
Logan bogged
I'm
down
not-
his plate
You know what?
issue.
Here's your
You get
biggest
15 seconds.
your biggest issue is how you're cooking your steaks. If you sous vide your steaks, okay, then you will not need to use near the pressure to cut through them, and you won't have the problem with dulling your knives.
Okay.
You're
next,
not wrong.
Next,
You're not
next
wrong.
one.
Let's do a pocket dump.
Wait, by the way, I normally charge people like really expensive money for my hourly advice, so you're all getting this for free.
So bucket dump. I think we're starting with L Dog over here.
Nah.
No.
No.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
So I get a pass. So I'm a lady and I get to carry a
We've
purse.
had a top-down camera this whole time.
Okay, so I have my Chris Reeve mini or small Sebenza 21 with the unique graphic.
Yes. That is
I
good.
have my Lynch Northwest pry bar. I have my William Henry attache, which I love, and I really wish that I had carried it more, but I go back and got a 5.66 and LMAX.
Oh, you got your fucking purse today.
I always have a purse. I always
No.
have my knives in my
It's been
purse.
a while since we have
Do
a
you know how
classic
often
Lori
it
pocket
is?
dump.
Yeah, we haven't had one of these.
Do you know
Is
how
that
often
old timer?
it's a
Much better than that.
Great Eastern White Owl?
White Owl.
It was a Christmas gift.
It looks
Yes,
like
it
my
was.
grandfather's old timer, and I just love that.
I have a TRM Neutron. I have a Microtech Mini UDT and partially serrated. I have an A.G. Russell little pen knife.
All right, everybody. So let's go home because we.
So I have a silver dollar from 1990, which I'll tell everyone where I got it from later on. And I have a Morgan silver dollar from 1921 and 1896. And I have a Mandarin orange for Brittany. And I have
Yay.
a bottle of hot sauce from Amy.
Oh, what do we got here? That's not Yucatec. Oh, it is.
Oh, it
Yucatec.
is. So
It
good.
is Yucatec.
It is.
Ah, that is the business
Oh,
right there.
So
Good
good.
Lord.
I will say that it's really hard.
I would never waste a silver dollar on a stripper.
You
Amen.
have to stack them for them to take them.
Dude, this is 1921. This is
Yeah.
legit. Okay,
Well, Lori
so-
won.
Yeah, it's just really interesting when you quote a fee and your client's like, well, I've got a bunch of ones. So I need to have these tested for any hazmat issues.
Okay, let me just give me a couple seconds.
Dakota's like, we are never.
No,
gonna
I
save
may
that.
or may not have done a hi-fi setup for someone where they paid $20,000 in 5s, 20s, and 1s. All out of their bra. All
No,
sweaty,
I'll tell you
all
I'll tell you what's
flexible.
really interesting
Okay.
when,
Sorry.
when you have federal clients that are clients that are facing federal investigation for drug charges, and they come in and they go, hey, here's all my cash.
Well, who's next, boys?
Yeah, Takeda, you're next.
Dakota?
Catch.
Sweet.
It's for you.
Thank you.
Did you bring it to her?
I have my Medford Smooth Criminal, DLC S45, aluminum scales, push button lock,
Bronze
titanium hardware, flip it over so it's all fancy.
Yeah, Dakota really vibes with Greg.
Also,
Uh,
Oh,
Dakota,
yeah.
when he cleans his knives, he leaves the toothbrush out and doesn't put it away. So it's just
So does everyone else.
not I.
I also have a Warrior Poet pen
Oh,
from
wow.
Ray.
Ray.
Don't take it through TSA, please. Just promise me.
No, I won't.
If you do, just call me.
Which is great because it has a fantastic pen and a Coupeton built in. And I've actually used this more than my standard tactile turn pen because I keep wearing out the insert. But I do enjoy this. And this has gone through TSA so many times, even though it's as deadly as this fucking thing.
But it's less intrusive looking.
Well, you also have a bunch of people in TSA that aren't. This looks far more pen-like.
Mm-hmm.
This looks far more pen-like, and if it goes through the X-ray and nothing is shown, then it's not that big of a deal. But this, you know what? I've just represented more than a few people that have taken stuff through TSA, and I've had my issues with TSA. So
Is this it?
No, I also have my Mementi Mori coin that I got
Aw.
from Ray a few years ago. That was shipwrecked by Alistair, and
due
it's
for a
still,
new shipwrecking, huh?
That is.
No,
it
it's-
doesn't.
it's looking fine.
That's they got a lot of pocket polish on it.
Yeah.
You know what? I like it the way it is.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay, I'll just throw this trash.
Yeah,
Will?
get that garbage off the
Will,
mat.
it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So start
Trash.
with a X17 3.5 wedged spear point.
Very cool.
And
Oh my God.
That's beautiful.
Copper, baby.
That is truly beautiful.
Where's the finger condoms when we need them?
oh, we don't.
Yeah,
that's
we
that's
do.
a daily carry.
That right
Okay.
there.
Oh my God. Okay, stop. Just go with the next one.
The next
At
one.
least I'm one after another.
Oh.
You're just like, I'm gonna embrace this one.
What's
Alright.
Andrew? You know how I feel about those.
Lovingly.
Try to
Sean
get last as long as I can.
Grayson.
Sean Grayson?
Oh
Polyballistic.
my God. That thing is ridiculous.
Nerd alert.
Nerd alert. Recurve buoy.
Okay.
No, put the case on.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't his. This is just what I have.
No,
See,
this is
that
where
ridiculous.
is he out of?
Canada.
Canada, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm so sorry, Will.
Wax
Oh,
lips.
that falls off all the time.
Oh,
Okay.
It's got leprosy.
More?
Oh, one more.
Okay.
Coin, lighter.
That's some fancy stuff, right? Oh my God! Come
Oh
on,
my
boy.
God.
And as we were talking earlier,
Aw,
a deadlock.
That's-
You actually have one.
There it is. No blade play.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
Yeah, that's a deadlock, baby.
Deadlock Mod C aluminum.
That sounds
So
finite.
when we total up who wins, do we total up price wise on stuff, or how
Well,
does it work?
it doesn't matter what we total it
You
up,
just
you win.
push all the way.
So. Price wise,
Oh, okay.
you know, number, you would still win.
I win.
Yeah,
I
you
like
would
when
still win.
I like when I win.
It's snappy.
Well,
Okay, your turn.
It's not fancy. I bought it here. I bought it at all right, but it's just a straight Benchmade. I don't even know the model.
Mini boost, the
Okay.
595 BK
Boost.
SBK.
I mean, a
And-
good boost.
And it's
Yeah.
got a section of serrated, which I've used to cut tree branches and
Yeah.
shit.
Hell yeah.
And all I can say is that it works.
The one
Not
thing
in clients.
that I don't like about the mini boost
Yeah.
or the boost in general is the rubber. It
I get that,
gives.
and you can see mine. You can see the
Love everything about the knife, the price, the steel, the handle. It's when the rubber peels, it just makes me a little sad. And
that's started within the past 3 months,
Yep.
and I think I've had this. I don't even know how long. I'm going
a
to
couple
say
years.
it's been more than a couple.
I mean, it's not a. But anyways, like that's the one thing I don't like. Everything else, I'm like, I love this.
I
knife.
love
It's
boost.
great.
Yeah,
Yes.
boost is great.
But if
It's
you
a
can,
better version.
it
of the
does.
brush.
It does so
Yeah.
many. It does so many different things. If you notice the coming up in that.
Bottles.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Bottles.
Yep.
Bottles. Pry bar.
Anything, everything.
I just
be nice to the tip.
okay. That's
Don't-
what I tell.
No,
oh, never
no
mind.
screwdriver.
No, I don't do a screwdriver.
Don't do me.
I'm sure you don't have to say that. All right, Alistair, your turn.
All right, what do we got? Well, I got a
What
few
you
things.
got?
You know, the one and only
Your
F95T Shiro.
I mean, we all go through our share.
Well, it's not a
It's
phase
fine.
for me. There's nothing
It's
that's
not?
gonna throw that out of my pocket. If you can give me a recommendation, I don't know, or something like that is the knife for me. I will never find anything that's gonna top that.
Which one right here?
Nope, we're gonna go inside here. And
I
then
do
Oh, there it is.
have.
Okay.
It's a Russian,
Okay.
very well made flipper.
And every time you snap it open, a Ukrainian child cries.
I do have a 1 ounce silver Britannia
there.
coin as well,
Okay. That's part of the blade, not the. Okay, I see.
and a Grimsmo Saga pen,
Nice.
which I just picked up the other day that I absolutely love.
That is a dope ass pen.
Yeah,
Aw.
I'm gonna write my own saga, you guys. All
Are
right.
you? About how much you wish
Do you
that?
ever have any issues with TSA on that?
I
just got
yeah,
it.
just got
Okay.
it. So we'll see.
Okay.
I have issues.
I can tell you a fun story about TSA.
Where,
I have issues with TSA on many other things, but yeah.
where is your
Okay.
Shiro coin?
That is in a
Safe
undisclosed
deposit
location
box.
in my house.
Fair. Why do you not carry?
The
Coin
high
with-
techs coin, I like to have a little bit of bullion on me. You know what I mean? Like,
Aw.
yeah, it doesn't matter like where you're at. Like, if you know you need a little bit of cash for whatever, that is 1 ounce of pure silver.
Yeah.
So,
Why silver, not gold?
because this is
won't
probably
cry so much
$35.
if you
If it was
lose it.
gold, it would be $2,400.
Gold is expensive
Yeah.
right now.
I have
Yes.
no idea.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you
So-
didn't, but it is very expensive. I've learned in the last year or
Yeah.
so.
So that's me. That's what I got.
Back to main cam.
Cool.
So back to the comments here. My looking glasses on. I use a Japanese chef's knife with a ... super blue, I think.
Oh, nice.
I keep an $80 Santoku for the less knife-savvy cooks in my kitchen.
Hmm.
I mean, I love some super glue. That's some real good
What is
stuff.
super glue?
Shun was using it for a while, right?
I don't know what it is.
Everyone's
It's
getting
carbon
individual
steel?
carving boards.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm all for it. Lori, you for it?
An individual carving board.
For like steak boards?
I
You
want
know,
like,
when people come in, like, how do I keep my knives from dulling? Like, I bought nice
Mhm.
steak knives, but like, I cut them on my plates and they go dull. I'm like, the only way to keep them from going dull is to buy steak boards.
Well, so you know what you really need. What you need are those salt blocks, because if you get really
No.
good steaks,
No.
I'm just telling you, you get really good steaks, like you get the real Wagyu, and your steak's done, and you want to make sure that you cut it on your salt block so
No.
that the slices are there and all the juices stay on your salt block and they absorb the salt.
I would
and
not
then you
want
can-
to cut on a salt block.
Oh yeah.
I would
Who
rather
gives
cut on a
shit?
steak.
Because
he's talking about the flavor.
I'm
not
talking about
the-
It's not the
flavor.
flavor, it's extending the life of your knife. When you spend $1,000 on a set of steak knives for 4, you
Mhm.
want that to like.
Oh no,
Go on.
you don't cut. You don't use your steak knives on the salt block. You use your
But
cutting
these are
knives.
people that cook a steak, they get a steak on their plate, and they want to cut it on their plate, and so they want a knife to cut the steak on
That's
their
fine.
plate, and they want.
And if they
something-
sous vide that steak, and then
You're
it's
still cutting on something, so you can't just cut it on a steak block. You want everyone eats their steak in different pieces and sizes. I don't want someone to cut my steak for me. I'd rather cut it
no,
myself.
you're missing the
I-
point.
I have
If
the
you have a
perfect
really
answer.
high-end steak and you put it on a salt block, then what you do is you slice it, and so you will serve it in slices. That's
we
the
are
proper
going
way
to
to slice
refer
it.
to the next comment. The next comment.
We know this.
Yes.
And
I
moving
don't
on.
want my steak served to me cut. I want a whole steak so I can cut it myself.
I want to just tear into that.
You know what?
fish,
You know what that tells me? That tells me you've never had a true high-end steak.
Uh,
I
I could vouch for the fact that
Yes.
is not correct. So yeah.
No potato peeler for the
No,
podcast
Hardy,
today.
it's upstairs on the shelf.
$10,000. It could be yours.
No, you can't even have it for that.
Lori, how are you keeping your pants up?
I have a
What?
purse like most women. That's how.
Except if it wasn't in girl pockets.
Yeah,
Girl
I
pockets.
have actually put most of my knives in my pockets, and I was like, "What am I doing with myself?"
Favorite
Mr.
carry gun? Oh, I know that. I know my answer to that.
Go ahead.
Well, I will say this. Right now, it's a Springfield XDM in 10 mil, but I just got the compact SIG, and I've not had a chance to go out and shoot it because, I don't know, it's been like 20 fucking below with winds that are like 80 miles an hour. So probably in May, I'll get it out to the range and I'll throw a Holo Sun on it. And if it works out better than my Springfield, then I'll start carrying the compact SIG 320, 10 mil. It's God's caliber. Sorry,
God's caliber.
it is. Sorry, it's taken over from the 45.
I do a Smith & Wesson Chieftain from the mid 50s that can handle plus P 38 special. And that's my pocket gun. It just goes in my pocket. It doesn't weigh me down. I can shoot through my pocket and it'll blow someone's fucking head off.
So Chieftain, that's the one that has the enclosed hammer, right?
It's
No.
totally not on a desk right over there.
Okay.
And we'll discuss it later.
Okay.
Next question.
Exactly.
Wait, so nobody else is going to discuss their
We're just
carry
gonna
gun?
keep moving on because
Well-
we're actually pretty far behind and we're almost out of time.
Yeah. So round table discussion. Who's the coolest person at Northern Knives and why is it Lori?
It's Lori.
Lori.
It's not me.
There you go.
We are all equals here. It's not me.
An exotic butterfly plus a deadlock. Yeah, that's a badass level EDC.
Boss level.
Badass level
You
EDC.
got
It is
going
badass,
straight to Wolf's
yes.
head, and he doesn't.
Yeah,
need
now I
that.
feel so
Yeah.
He doesn't
good.
need that.
It's so awesome.
Okay.
I don't buy Palmetto State Armory products. I buy Wilson Combat.
Money.
I have Cerakoted a lot of Palmetto and I have intaken a lot of Palmetto for transfers. I have no opinion on it.
I'm more of a BCM LMT kind of guy myself.
Nope.
You know what? Here's the deal.
I built an AR on sales for $300 with Palmetto, and it worked fine up until the day I sold it 10 years later.
I do agree with you with the 38 though. 642, a small Smith & Wesson.
No.
Little, so give me wad cutters. Put it where
Okay,
I got it.
next comment. Let's go. We're really running out of time.
Tell us how you guys really feel about the box.
Hardy, you can come talk to me in person about that if you really want to know.
Try cutting the steak, not the plate.
Not everyone understands how to do that.
Just get
That
lead
is a good
cutting
point, though.
boards. It's naturally antimicrobial. Oh my
No.
God.
We did copper.
Holy jeepers, mutton chops are off the wild.
Dakota is just fine.
I'm doing fine.
Yes.
Dakota plus P, that pocket gun.
Is
Dakota.
Dakota the coolest person here?
Revolvers
No,
are
she's-
so underrated. No, I'm the most hipster at the table right now.
Are you?
Aw.
So here's the
Are you,
deal.
Dakota?
10 mil. Number one, it deals with bears up here. Number two, half the year, it is so fucking cold that everybody has layers of fleece. They've got Arctic Carhartts. They've got parkas. I want something that I want to make sure is going to get through all of those layers.
What you're saying is they have 10 inches of insulation and 6 inches of dick, and you need to shoot them.
I don't know how many inches of dick they have. Okay, I just know I'm going to shoot them.
We're talking about bears?
No, we're talking about people.
We're talking about
Oh.
people with everyday
We're talking
carry.
about the
You talking
bears,
about
and we're obviously
bear
not in for the hunting anymore.
Protection. Did we
No,
not
so-
talk about
so-
bear
somebody's,
protection?
somebody's talking about revolvers. Okay, but you know what? I will say this. Ruger makes a 10 mil revolver.
I just,
Yeah.
There's no bears at home.
there's moose at my house, but I
Yeah.
have dogs.
There's Franklin bears at home.
So as we reach the top of the hour here, if you guys have any, or gals, have any further questions, anything you need us to answer, any inquiries, reach out to us. Otherwise, we're going to have to hit you up on the first Saturday of next month.
Mike will be back by then. By
Yes,
the
he
way.
will.
Mikhail.
He'll rein me in.
Michelle,
Michelle.
as Doug used to call him.
Michelle Lecter.
No, it's Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
It's Michelle.
I love the winter talk. It's so blizzarding here in
Blizzarding.
Canada. Blizzarding.
Alistair said it was minus 12 at his house this
Yes.
morning and windy, and it was terrible. And I
That's
thought
not-
it was cool. I took my boyfriend to the airport for work at 4:30 this morning, and it was
It's
4
the high
degrees
humidity.
and windy, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
we're
love you, because this is stupid.
It's the ice fog.
Monday
It's
we're
so
gonna get a
cold.
little uptick, but tomorrow's gonna be cold as well.
Tomorrow's going to be cold, and then next week we're.
By the way, Hollywood, the 10 mil ballistics beat the 357.
You would be popular on Juke's live stream. I'm just saying.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
But he did quote unquote sufficiently powerful.
It is sufficiently powerful. But I know somebody that it took 15 rounds between him, a buddy, and a fast reloader to put
What,
down.
did we do the
put down a brown bear.
Did we do the giveaway?
the giveaway?
We
Oh.
did not.
Oh my
we need
God,
to-
Yeah, the
Dakota!
giveaway? Yeah.
Oh my God. Here we
Ugh,
go.
failing.
That screen. You're going to see it as soon as we do
Something.
share.
Oh, L. Larson. All right.
Alex, yay!
Enjoy what's coming to you.
Oh my
friend.
God! Don't eat it by itself.
Just eat
Make
it all.
it into something
Just
like
guzzle-
aioli
guzzle the
or
sauce.
Why-
like,
But apparently, don't use a steak knife to cut it on a plate.
Guzzle the sauce,
L.
man.
Arson, here's what I need from you is to email me at admin@northernknives.com. If you do not contact me, I won't be able to reach you through YouTube, Instagram, anything. It's happened numerous times. You need to reach out to us and we'll get you squared away.
deal.
Deal.
Sounds
And on
good.
that high note, we'll see you on the first Saturday of next month, guys.
Yay!
And yeah, CPM
People.
April.
April.
It'll be like spring